Welcome back to this week's edition of the Risk Spotlight Operational Risk News Update. My name is Emily Jones, and today I'll bring you essential updates and insights from the world of operational risk. All information is sourced from the Risk Spotlight Portal, the premier forward-looking service for operational risk content. Let's get started. First off, we turn our attention to fraud schemes involving deepfake media and generative artificial intelligence. On November 13th, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, also known as FinCEN, issued an alert to help financial institutions recognize fraud involving deepfake media. These synthetic creations, generated by AI and machine learning, are becoming a low-cost tool for fraudsters. They're using them to open accounts and funnel money, circumventing identity verification, and enabling fraud such as check fraud, credit card fraud, and even unemployment fraud. According to FinCEN, these criminals have also been leveraging deepfakes in phishing scams, impersonating trusted individuals to defraud businesses and consumers alike. The warning comes as suspicious activity reports, or SARs, have highlighted the increased frequency of these incidents. The red flags include inconsistencies in facial features or visual cues that financial institutions can look out for to better protect against these evolving threats. And speaking of deepfakes, the 2025 Identity Fraud Report from Entrust and Onfido has highlighted a global surge in identity fraud facilitated by artificial intelligence. According to the report, digital document forgery jumped by 244% year over year, moving away from traditional physical counterfeits to AI-driven forgeries. Deepfake technology, in particular, accounted for 40% of all biometric fraud, emphasizing its growing role in attacks on financial institutions. Cryptocurrency platforms have also become a prime target, with fraud related to crypto increasing by 50% last year. It's a clear signal to financial risk teams that these sophisticated methods are here to stay, and robust identity verification methods must be put in place to combat them. Now, let's switch gears and talk about regulatory developments in data privacy. On November 12th, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB, released a report on consumer financial data privacy protections at both the state and federal levels. The report critiqued current federal laws such as the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, GLBA, and the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA, which the CFPB argued mainly focus on consumer disclosures and opt-out opportunities, rather than requiring affirmative consent for data sharing, something state laws are increasingly addressing. The CFPB highlighted a concerning trend where financial institutions are monetizing consumer data while relying on outdated regulatory exemptions. Among the state privacy laws assessed, the California Consumer Privacy Act was particularly noted for its narrower exemption of GLBA-covered data. As state lawmakers reconsider their data privacy frameworks, financial institutions must stay alert to avoid falling foul of stricter consent and transparency requirements. Shifting to operational resilience in the Asia-Pacific region, the Monetary Authority of Singapore recently led a first-of-its-kind crisis management exercise simulating a large-scale public cloud outage. Regulators and major cloud service providers, including Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure, participated in this collaborative exercise, testing their response to a cloud crisis that could disrupt financial systems. Representatives from central banks in Australia, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, and other countries joined this exercise. The scenario underscored the need for coordination and preparedness to protect financial institutions against large-scale technology outages. As cloud adoption in finance accelerates, ensuring the resilience of critical cloud services is crucial to maintaining public trust. Now, let's shift our focus to Nigeria, where banks are experiencing a significant surge in cyberattacks. According to Checkpoint Software Technologies, Nigerian banks are being targeted by 182% more cyberattacks compared to their global counterparts. This increase is driven by factors like weak multi-factor authentication and outdated banking systems, which leave the sector vulnerable to cyber threats such as info-stealer and banking trojans. In one incident, a banking trojan attack compromised 10,000 customer accounts, leading to $3 million in losses. The rapid digitalization of Africa's key sectors has made the region a prime target for sophisticated cyber threats, and financial institutions are responding by enhancing cybersecurity measures, including multi-factor authentication and investing in technology upgrades. This serves as a crucial reminder for financial institutions worldwide about the importance of staying ahead in cybersecurity infrastructure to protect against evolving threats. Moving on to whistleblower protections, the Ethics and Compliance Initiative's 2023 survey revealed that nearly 50% of employees who reported misconduct experienced retaliation. With this staggering number in mind, policymakers around the world are pushing for stronger whistleblower protections, with an emphasis on safeguarding those who speak out against unethical corporate practices. The U.S. Department of Justice, for example, has launched the Whistleblower Rewards pilot program to incentivize individuals to come forward with information on corporate misconduct. Meanwhile, the European Union has enacted the NIS2 directive aimed at bolstering cybersecurity resilience across member states, which also includes enhanced whistleblower protections. This shift to include the reversal of the burden of proof, making employers prove that any adverse actions were not retaliation, marks a significant step towards creating a more transparent corporate culture. Another important topic is responsible AI adoption in the financial sector. A report from OSFI and FC highlights the growing use of AI by federally regulated financial institutions, rising from 30% in 2019 to 50% in 2023. While AI improves efficiency, customer engagement, and fraud detection, it also introduces risks like data governance issues and increased fraud vulnerability. The report underscores the need for robust AI risk management, especially with greater third-party vendor involvement. And finally, let's discuss initiatives targeting fraud and scams in banking. Major Australian banks, including Commonwealth Bank, NAB, and Westpac, have partnered with BioCatch in an anti-scam pilot project. BioCatch Trust Australia, the first interbank behaviour-based fraud intelligence network, analyzes customer behaviour to flag suspicious transactions. With scam losses in Australia rising from ED 900 million in 2020 to ED 2.7 billion in 2023, these efforts are critical. The ACCC is also advocating for an enforceable anti-scam code, signaling broader regulatory action. Now let's turn to key operational risk loss events reported last week. The first update is on a significant data breach at Finastra, a major financial technology company serving top global banks. Finastra detected suspicious activity on its internal secure file transfer platform on November 7, 2024, leading to the theft of approximately 400 gigabytes of data. The London-based company is currently investigating the breach, which potentially exposed client files and internal documents of its 8,100 customers worldwide, including 45 of the world's top 50 banks. The next update is on Bank of America's internal investigation into alleged misconduct in its India operations. 3 investment bankers from Bank of America's India division have left the company amid a probe into allegations of wrongdoing related to stock sales stemming from a whistleblower complaint. The complaint accused the bank of sharing non-public information with certain investors before executing stock sales worth about $200 million for some clients in India. The next update is on a global outage that affected PayPal and its associated services. PayPal experienced a widespread system issue on Thursday, November 21, 2024, that disrupted multiple products, including account withdrawals, express checkout, and cryptocurrency services for approximately 2 hours. The outage affected thousands of users worldwide, with Down Detector reporting nearly 9,000 problem reports at its peak. The next update is on a groundbreaking greenwashing trial against Santos, a major oil and gas company in Australia. The Australasian Centre for Corporate Responsibility has initiated a lawsuit against Santos, alleging that the company made false claims about its environmental impact reduction efforts. This world-first trial, which began on November 20, 2024 in Australia, could set a significant legal precedent for holding companies accountable for their environmental claims. That concludes this week's operational risk updates. For more on these topics and additional insights, visit the RiskSpotlight Portal. If you're a subscriber, log in or go to riskspotlight.com to sign up for a free trial. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay safe and keep those risks in check.